Hey everybody, this is Andrew from Schnauzerface Minis. This is going to be a real quick video. It's a video response to PaganFoam, who just got into Warmachine and asked to see the army that I use for gaming. And I should say up front that I am not a good gamer. I like the game, but I primarily choose models based on how much I like the sculpts, not so much on their stats or abilities, so keep that in mind. First up is Epic Doomshaper, my favorite warlock. The war beasts are what really got me excited about Hordes in the first place, and I like Doomshaper because he makes all my war beasts even more fun. His feat makes all the beasts move really fast, and he has some really great synergies with Molk, who I'll show you in a second. He's also just kind of a badass little old man in the fluff, and he's got a pretty cool model. Next, I've got my Dire Troll war beasts. You can see a couple of these guys are in black and white. I'm working on a small grayscale battle group for a painting competition this summer, so they'll get some extra black and white trolls before too long. Molk is my favorite troll on the table. He's pretty slow, but once he gets into the fight, he'll kill pretty much anything he sets out to kill. Also, he's got reach and a magical weapon, so that's always useful. My favorite sculpt is the Dire Troll Mauler. He has 2 open fists, so he can make 2-handed throws, and his Animus is probably the best Animus in our faction, if not the game. It's a +3 strength buff, which is amazing. The Blitzer is a really fun sculpt, but I find him kind of weak in games. His strength is almost as high as the Maulers, but he also gets a couple extra shots with this pygmy troll riding on his back. I'm also pretty fond of the Earthborn Dire Troll. His Animus can help buff speed and armor and defense, and he can hit really, really hard if you choose your opponents properly. He can take on the power of their weapons if he's within melee range, so that's really cool. The Slag Troll is kind of fun. I go back and forth on his sculpt. Sometimes I like it, sometimes not so much. But he's got a really good strength buff for his Animus, and he's immune to corrosion, which is useful if you play against cricks a lot. The Winter Troll is generally thought to be one of our worst light war beasts, and I agree, but I still use him on occasion. I painted him a long time ago when I first started painting, so I'm not real proud of how he looks, but he's here anyway. And the Swamp Troll, he's actually a really cool looking sculpt too. He has some nice abilities that come in handy based on the terrain that you're playing in. And he can drag small models with his tongue, which is really useful to pull models out of hiding places. I grabbed my favorite unit off the shelf. They still need a lot of paint, but these are the Troll Scouts, which are really fun sculpts. They've all got a lot of character to them, and you can see each model has something funny, like this guy is holding a pig, and one of them is holding some moonshine or something. There's one with a pygmy troll playing the banjo on his shoulder. So they're a pretty fun unit to paint. As far as gaming, they get advanced deployment, and they have Hunter, Prowl, and Pathfinder. And they also have Assault, so they're a pretty versatile unit. And last, I've got my little Croak Hunter, who I don't think has ever done me even the tiniest bit of good in any game I've ever played. But he's a really cool looking sculpt, and I always try to find room for him when I can. He's not technically a troll, he's a minion, so he doesn't benefit from faction-only buffs, but he looks really cool, so I don't care. So that's a pretty big chunk of my troll army, and I'd love to see everybody else's gaming pieces. So if you got a free moment, please make a video response and show off your dudes. And also check out PaganFoams' channel. He's got a lot of cool stuff on there too. I've included a link in the description. Anyway, that's all for this one, so thanks for watching, and see you next time.